Hey, welcome back to Basement Tapes, number 290. John Keating here. We're back in the saddle. Baseball is the topic. 1976 is the era, and the subject of our fascination today is the 1976 Topps Traded Baseball set. Much better effort than their 74 version and 72 versions as well. Lots of color here. Lots of airbrushing, lots of hair, ripped from the headlines vibe going on here. I've got the entire set of, is it 44? It's 44. I've got the entire set of 44 of these cards. Let's get into it, folks. Let's roll up our sleeves, expose our forearms, and perhaps even our elbows. Beckett OPG says 44 of them, a buck 28 average value, $56.20 total value. Zero rookie cards, of course. $15 to $40 for a set of these. Let's see here. Beckett says the cards in this 44 card set measure 2.5 by 3.5 inches. The 1976 Topps Traded set contains 43 players and one unnumbered checklist card. The individuals pictured were traded after the Topps regular set was printed. A Sports Extra heading design is found on each picture and is also used to introduce the biographical section of the reverse. Each card is numbered according to the player's regular 1976 card, with the addition of T to indicate his new status. As in 1974, the cards were inserted in all packs towards the end of the production run. According to published reports at the time, they were not released until April 1976. Because they were produced in large quantities, they are no scarcer than the basic cards. Reports at the time indicated that a dealer could make approximately 35 sets from a vending case. The vending cases included both regular and traded cards. Top card here, folks. Hold on to your panties. Let's see who it is. Why, that's Willie Randolph going from the Pirates to the Yankees, eventually becoming their captain and winning 2 World Series rings. Fergie Jenkins, number 2, and the checklist is number 3. So big difference between 1 and 2 and 3, and then the rest of the field there. So let's get over to TCDB, see what they have to say. 44 cards, 1976 Topps Traded. Teams here are the Braves, Red Sox, Angels, White Sox, Reds, Indians, Tigers, Astros, Dodgers, Expos, Mets, Yankees, Phillies, Pirates, Padres, Giants, Cardinals, and the Rangers. Not everybody was represented, of course, but a nice showing nonetheless. Hall of Famers, there's just 2 of them, Jim Cott and Fergie Jenkins. 80T for Jim Cott and 250T for Fergie Jenkins. Rookies, none is your answer there. Okay, these are established players. Inserts and relateds. Well, I guess these aren't really inserts. Maybe they were. I don't know, but they were updates. So kind of on the fence there as to what we call that. Comments: if you collect 1976 Topps, you've got to include this one also. Says Round the Diamond 87. He is a man of passion and vigor. Distribution same as would have been in the 76 Topps baseball. Same with the add and sell sheets. Trivia. No trivia has been added about this set, folks. So no parlor game here, that's for sure. Gallery. Ed Figueroa leads us off, card 27T. Figueroa comes to Yankees in swap. Dusty Baker goes to the Dodgers from the Braves. He's card number 28T. 44T is Doug Rader. Interesting that we had a 27 and a 28 in a row there, right in a row there. Doug Rader, 44T, going to the San Diego Padres from the Houston Astros. Ron Reed comes to Philly. He comes from Atlanta. Oh, he came from the Cardinals. My apologies. Ron Reed was drafted and possibly did play in the ABA. Oscar Gamble, 74T. Sports Extra. Yankees take Gamble on Oscar. Outfielder, Oscar Gamble. 74T Sports Extra. Curve T Tops. Bronx, New York, November 22nd, 1975. Yankees take Gamble on Oscar. The Yankees made a move to bolster their outfield depth when they acquired Oscar Gamble from the Cleveland Indians today in exchange for right-hander Pat Dobson, A strong left-handed hitter, Oscar was used frequently as designated hitter by the Tribe and will add punch to New York lineup. Jim Cott comes to the Phillies. He was in the White Sox organization. Jim Spencer comes to the White Sox. He was in the Angels organization. Mickey Rivers over to the Yankees. Mick the Quick was traded to the Yankees, they say. He comes from Texas, I believe. Yankees up from the Angels. Boy, I am so far off on all this stuff. This is disgusting. Anyway, Lee Lacy comes to the Braves from the Dodgers. Rusty Staub is now a Tiger. He was a Met. He's depicted in Shea Stadium in a airbrushed Tiger helmet with a little orange poking out. That's talking about his curtains or his carpet either. Larvell Blanks to the Indians from the Shy Shocks, who had just gotten him from the Braves, apparently. So Doc Medich comes over to Pittsburgh. Ken Reitz, he goes to San Francisco from St. Louis. Mike Lum goes to the Reds from the Braves. Clay Carroll from the White Sox, or to the White Sox from the Cincinnati Reds. Tom House, one of my favorite 231T, my favorite 76 behind the Oscar Gamble is this Tom House with a pink. He gets traded to the Boston Pink Sox from the Atlanta Braves. So Tom House rocking the pink Bo Sox hat. Now, Fergie Jenkins has a real Red Sox hat on. He goes from the Rangers to the Red Sox. Darrell Chaney goes from the Reds to the A's. Leon Roberts goes from the Astros to the Tigers. That's an interesting one to Darrell Chaney because I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure why he would have been in Cincinnati, right? Because whatchamacallit, Dave Concepcion would have had that locked up, that shortstop position. Anyway, Leon Roberts, he goes to the Astros from the Tigers. Pat Dobson goes to, of course, the Tribe from the Yankees. Bill Melton has a little angels on top of his hat. That means he's headed west from Chicago White Sox. Bob Bailey goes to Cincinnati from Montreal. Bobby Bonds on the move again to California. He was formerly a New York Yankee. John Ellis, Texas Ranger now. He was from the Tribe, the Indians, I guess they call that. Mickey Lolich goes to the Mets from the Tigers. Big career move there. Ken Brett, he was always on the move. He went to the Yankees from Pittsburgh. Ralph Garr is now a Chicago White Sox. He was a National League leading 353 hitter, formerly of the Atlanta Braves. Bill Singer, he goes to the Rangers from the Angels. Jim Crawford looks very sad going from the Tigers to the Astros. Maurice Nettles, White Sox from the Angels. So very active there, the California Angels. Ken Henderson goes to Atlanta. He was in Chicago. Chicago White Sox seemed to be selling everybody back then, huh? Joe McIntosh, Padres to Houston. That is a pretty crappy airbrushing there. Pete Falcone gets a new ball cap. It has an S, T, and an L on it. He is formerly of San Francisco. Mike Anderson, not sure why we're hyping him up, but he goes from the Phillies to the Cardinals. Pretty sure he hit below the Mendoza line 1 year, that Mike Anderson. Doc Ellis on the move. Can't tell whether he's got a beard, a mustache, sideburns. I don't know. Everything's going on there. I don't know where the eyebrows stop, the mutton chops start, and then there's that mustache. It looks a lot like the confluence of the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean there off of the coast of Tierra del Fuego. That was a long discussion I just had with myself. Card number 532 is Milt May. He goes to the Tigers from the Astros. Ray Fosse, he's no longer an Oakland A. He is now a Cleveburg Indian. Clay Kirby with the Expos, and he's bringing his chaw up there from Cincinnati. Tommy Helms looked a lot like my pops, and he is a Pittsburgh Pirate from the Houston Astros. I feel like he was also in the 74 tops traded set. Boy, what a daily double that was. And Willie Randolph, young Willie Randolph, goes to the Yankees, and from Pittsburgh again would win a couple rings and become a captain and legend and all that fun stuff. Did give up a 7-game lead as a manager of the Mets to the Phillies way back when. 618T is Jack Brohamer. He went to the White Sox, and he turned in his Cleveland Indians uniform. Rogelio Moret, he pitched everywhere, but he came from the Red Sox to the Braves in 1976. Dave Roberts went to the Tigers from Houston, and then there's the checklist, kind of a baby poop green and blue, black, got a lot of everything on there. So all the numbers are there for you to check off. Some on the front, some on the back, has their former team, has their current team, their card number, the player's name, oddly enough, and a big old check, a little big old empty box for you to booger that up with a black or blue pen, or if you're really freaky, you could mix red with that green background and have some sparkling results. So 1976 Topps traded. Epic, kind of last of its kind series where it would be inserted, an update series inserted with the base set back then in 1976. So Basement Tapes number 290. Hope you folks enjoyed that, and appreciate you tuning